Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. You're watching Boss Your Money. In today's video, we're going to discuss budgeting. You might already know. If you don't know, budgeting is very important. And I know that a lot of you want to know about budgeting, or you might be someone who is budgeting but doesn't see the value of budgeting. And that is probably because you're not budgeting the right way. So this video is going to tell you everything that you need to know about how to budget correctly, how to budget the right way. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about budgeting or improving your budgeting skills, please don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's get straight into the video. So for this video, I highly recommend that you actually pull up a piece of paper and pencil or open up the Excel sheet on your laptop so that we can get through this video together. The first thing that you want to list down and note down is how much is your current net worth. So how exactly do you figure out your net worth? It is the total assets that you own minus the total liabilities that you owe. So start off by listing down everything that you own. It could be your properties, it could be your car, it could be every single investment that you actually have right now. It could even be the cash sitting in your current account, your savings account, your emergency funds, even the cash in your wallet. List down every single thing that you have. But when you're listing it, list it out separately for liquid assets and separately for non-liquid assets. And what I mean by liquid and non-liquid is that your house is not a liquid asset, because your house is not something that you would sell to pay your bills, right? It is something that is kept aside as an asset, but it is not liquid. Likewise for your car, and likewise for various other assets that you wouldn't sell to pay off your bills. On the other hand, you have your liquid assets, which are your cash and your cash equivalents, which you need to separate and list that out as well. Now list out all your debts and all the amounts that you owe to other people or banks. So now that you listed all of that down, you now have a very clear understanding of your financial position. This is extremely important to know, because only based on your own understanding of your financials can you make a perfect budget. Now leave that aside and move on to the next step in budgeting. You need to list down all of your monthly income sources. Do you have a salary? Are you earning profits from dividends? Are you earning any other kind of passive income? List each and every one of your income sources down separately. If there is an income source that is not a fixed income, if it is variable, if every time you earn this income there is a different amount that you earn, then just take the minimum that you've earned over the last 6 months. That way, when you earn a little bit extra in the current month, that is a bonus income and it is not affecting your budget in any way. So now that you know exactly where you stand, I want you to now figure out where exactly do you want to be in terms of your financial position by the end of this year, and by the end of the next 10 years, and by the time you reach your retirement age. And this kind of gives us exactly how much we need to save and invest from now so that you achieve your financial goals. Once you figured all of that out, you now need to reverse engineer and work back as to how much you need to save every single month starting right now. If you've got that figure in mind, note that down, because that's going to be very important in the next step of budgeting. So now that you figured that out, go back to where you noted down your monthly income and note down how much you need to save per month. That would be your first expense item, if that makes any sense. The first thing that you're going to want to do when you receive your incomes is put that amount aside towards your savings and investing. Now, that could be anything from your stock market investments, it could be your emergency funds. If you haven't seen my video on national bonds, you could go check that out, because I think that's a great place to save your emergency funds, as well as every other kind of investment and savings requirements that you might have based on your profile and your financial position. So this is how your budget should look as of now. On one side, you should have everything that you currently own, which means your current financial position. On the other side, you need to have exactly how much you need to save to get to your goals. And on the third column, you should be having your incomes and your savings per month requirement. Below that, I want you to list every single monthly expense that you have. Now, this could include your rent, it could include your groceries, it could include your electricity, every single expense that you have on a monthly basis. Now, while you're listing down these expenses, don't forget to list down expenses that you might normally forget. Sit down, really think about it, and list down every single expense that you have. Don't forget to include your fuel expenses. Don't forget to include your car wash expenses, whatever it might be. Make sure you've covered all of them. Once you've done all of that, this is the really interesting part. This is where things get a little bit different. I want you to include expenses that are not monthly. And when I say not monthly, I'm talking about your kids' school fees, which are probably paid once a year or once a quarter. I want you to include rent. I know I've already mentioned rent, but if you are paying rent monthly, then so be it. But if you are not, if you're paying it quarterly or annually, make sure that is included as well. You want to include expenses like your insurance, your annual holidays, your trips that you take with your family, everything that you spend on an annual basis, or something that you don't exactly spend every single month. So once you've listed all of that, divide those amounts, divide those expenses for the equivalent of 1 month's expense. So what I mean by that is, if you're going to service your car twice a year, divide that half yearly service cost by 6 so that you have an amount set aside every single month for that car service that is going to happen every 6 months. I hope that makes sense. If there is anything that you've not understood, please let me know in the comment section so that I can clarify it. And while you're at it and listing down all of your expenses, please don't forget to list down your entertainment expenses, your self-help expenses, all of that kind of stuff. If you need to go out once a week to have a fancy meal, that's absolutely fine. You have to most definitely have an entertainment expense allocated in your budget, because don't try to save everything. If you are going to do that, you will definitely be able to do it for a couple of months, but then you will feel the burnout and you will definitely get back into your old spending habits. So once you've done all of that, get to a total, your net income minus your net expenses. If the amount is positive, then that's amazing. You still have money to spare, which you should use towards additional investments, probably allocated towards higher risk investments like cryptocurrencies. If you haven't seen my videos on cryptocurrencies, please be sure to check those out. But if you have that extra money, be sure to invest it in some way or the other. Even if you don't want to invest it in the likes of cryptocurrencies, you can invest it in something like Sarva, or start trading on eToro, or some way that can generate you additional income. Now, all of that said and done, what to do if your money, if that balance is a negative figure? Then don't fret, it's all fine. You are here to learn, you are here to better your finances. So all you have to do is sort of figure out how you can cut down on your expenses. Do you need to drive a little bit less? Do you need to start taking public transport? Do you need to go to more budget restaurants when you go out for your weekly dinner? Do you need to sell off your house and downsize to a smaller house? These are questions that you need to ask yourself and figure out on how you can better manage your finances. But under no circumstance should you actually reduce that saving amount that you calculated towards your retirement or towards your next 10-year goal. Keep that in mind. And the key to budgeting is that at the end of every single month, you need to come back and assess and make sure that you stuck to your budget. And if there is any way to improve your budget, that should be done for the next month's budget. That is something that is not being done by a lot of people. You need to keep track of your expenses and you need to figure out how you can improve your budget every single month. Oh, and another very crucial thing that you need to keep in mind when budgeting is that if you have any kind of debts, that should be listed right on top, right below your savings amount. You need to list your EMIs, you need to list your monthly payments to your credit cards, all of that good stuff, so that you get rid of your debts as soon as possible, so that you can really push on your savings and investing. I really hope you found this video useful. If you have, please don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and keep watching the videos on my channel, because all I provide on this channel is personal finance tips and tricks and how to improve your personal wealth. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.